Okay, so we're going to look at perspective. We're going to start off by looking at 1-point perspective. So if you start with the horizon line, I'm going to put this in about a third of the way up the page. Okay, so we'll mark that HL horizon line. Now, now we need to set up the vanishing point. Okay, I'm going to put the vanishing point in the centre, approximately centre of the page on the horizon line. Mark it in VP1, vanishing point 1, and then we'll just project off some guidelines. From there, we're going to create basic cube shapes. Again, cubes are so useful because they can form the basis of most objects, particularly good for buildings, obviously, and architectural structures tend to have quite a lot of cube type shapes in them. So we've drawn off our two projection lines or guidelines. Now what we need to do is draw in the frontal plane of the cube, which is basically a square. I'm going to put the first one in here quite close to the, I'll stick with the ruler just for this, quite close to the picture plane, which is the a little bit wonky. Okay, obviously it's not going to be perfect this because we're not doing a technical drawing, so we don't have to be an exact square, but that's approximately square. Okay, once we've drawn in that frontal plane, we can then project off the additional guidelines that form the top of the cube. Okay, so it's quite an acute angle this. I think the thing to bear in mind as well is that basically from this vanishing point in the centre here, you can have guidelines radiating off from that central vanishing point anywhere 360 degrees full circle from that vanishing point, so they can be anywhere you want them to be. Okay, so we've got the top surface of the cube, which I'm now going to start to define. Now what we start by doing now, we want to draw in the back surface of the cube, which actually we won't see, but I think it's useful still to project it, to put these lines in, because it helps you, think of this as a three-dimensional shape. So this is the rear. In fact, it's less of a cube and more of a cuboid. This. So I'll put in the back plane there and join that up across the top. So it's extremely acute angle. This is probably more than I would have liked, really. So we've got that top surface there, which is at an extremely acute angle. It's almost level with the horizon line. That. Okay, and then obviously the guidelines also form the sides of the cube here. So we've got our first cube there. Okay, we'll just do an additional one. We'll do it up here. We'll do it a bit further away from the picture plane, so further back in space away from the viewer. Again, we'll draw in the front surface, front plane, the square, two-dimensional square. Okay, and then we'll use that to place the second set of projection lines, radiating out, and then we will draw in the vertical edges on the sides, or the rear. Again, the thing just to bear in mind is obviously this angle here is more acute, so this side here is going to appear more foreshortened than this side. Okay, so those are our side planes, and then we'll just connect those up to form the rear plane. Okay, and that's our second cube. Again, you don't actually see these construction lines here, but I think it helps to put them in just to make sure that it's an accurate three-dimensional shape. Okay, so you can get some really, it's quite a powerful tool, this, for creating the illusion of space. So you can imagine you can apply this to any environment that you create. Okay.